No? Oh, okay. I cleaned up nice then. I didn't shower today. Does that sweeten the pot?
Your shirt in the background.
Oh, the shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I got, right. Because I went on a very fancy vacation. That's the only way you can get to take a shirt like this.
Take off the zippy.
Take off the zipping?
Take off the zippy.
Never heard it called that before.
Hold on, take it off. It's not off. Take it off. No, the zippy.
The zippy?
Yeah.
I'll take it all. What kind of show is this?
That's
Stuff for the lips.
Yeah. Now it works.
Okay. One person recently told me that I look like unemployment personified. You're right. Okay, I got a bigger laugh the second time.
I got it.
No, yeah, thank you. Actually, I just got my job back. Yeah, that's right. I'm a COVID contact tracer. Things don't look good. If I'm gainfully employed, trouble's on the horizon. That's always a bad thing. Who's doing it, gang? Who's taking care of themselves in 2021? Come on, who's doing it? Yes! Who's doing it? Who's journaling? Who's reading? Who's jogging? Who's meditating? Who's doing yoga? Who woke up in a car this morning? Who cried in the car on the way over to the show? Whose therapist is taking 3 weeks off and you told her it's okay, but it's not? It's not okay. You're hanging on by a thread, okay? And if you are going to take 3 weeks off, don't tell me you're going kayaking. I don't need to know you have a better life than me on top of it. I did get this necklace from Hawaii. You see this? Hawaii. This is just, I like to brag about it because it just goes to show that I have friends that take vacations and take video on me. Okay, new bit. I'm bisexual. Anyone else here? This is something that I'm coming to terms with recently, but I did know when I was 13. And I told my father, I confided in him, and he said, look, I love you no matter what you have to do to not be bi. And that set me back about 20 years. Is that the light, or is that, oh, we went up. I thought it was like, that's enough, all right. Let's see, let's go to the, I'm depressed, okay? It's a seasonal depression, okay? It starts around this time and ends around Labor Day. Okay. Does everybody know what day Labor Day is? Does anybody know what? Because I actually don't know what Labor Day is.
Celebration of getting the weekend.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Labor, it's a celebration of labor.
Oh, okay. Nobody knew what day it was? Is that what the joke didn't land? Or it's a bad joke? Okay, toss the joke. I hear it. Toss the joke. The joke is dead. I'm an introvert too. Anyone else? Yeah. Don't sound like it, but you. Hey, introverted extrovert, right? Or extroverted introvert, whatever that means. Yeah. I'm an introvert. That means I don't want to be here right now. It's like I always have this look on my face, like people say, you look like you're not having fun. I'm not. And I'm scared. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of energy. Got to recharge my batteries for the next 3 months. So I'm always trying these self-improvement things that don't last. They say you gotta reach 21 days to break a habit. I usually reach 21 minutes. But I did have 10 days no coffee. No coffee. And I saw some benefits. I did. Don't shake your head like that. I saw some benefits. I did. I got 10 extra days of that's the joke. If you do the actual antithesis of the intention that you're trying to do, what's the point of even finishing the thought? 10 extra days of sleep. I didn't leave the bed. All right, that's the joke. All right, but you like coffee, I'm assuming? Is that what's going on? How many cups of coffee do you have?
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I can tell. No, but I used to drink 6 cups of coffee a day, but I used to work the night shift too, which was 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Driving a cab. I drove a cab for 6 years. People always ask, oh, you must have a lot of crazy stories. I drove in Long Island. There's no, like my stories are like, one time I drove an old woman to CVS to get her heart medication and she didn't tip me. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have told you to sit down before I told you that. That's an exciting story. If I were in the movie Crank, I would tell that story to Jason Statham to keep him alive. My dad. He's back. Haunting me. Oh, there's one. All right. So, folks, I love stand-up comedy. All right, I don't do it for the money. No, I do it for people. The looks on people's faces after the show when they ask if you're okay. That's what it's all about for me. I just want to. But I am trying to get into more acting, and I just landed a 5-picture deal at Universal. 5 pics of me on the ET ride, $150. I'm sorry I misdirected you with that premise. All right, good night. By the way, are you ready for the show? Are you ready for the show? Give it up for Stoner Morning Show! Thanks, everybody. This is Stoner Morning Show, and we got 2 mics. Here, this one is.
Yeah.
Is that right? That doesn't work?
Oh, this one works. Does that one work?
All right, yeah. Check. Everything seems to be working. All right.
Everything works.
The show is working.
Will prefer works. Good for Will prefer.
Yeah. He was here for a previous show, and we asked him to stay because you're coming next week too, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's your guest next week.
This gets every week.
That's right.
That joke's only funny if you've ever seen our show before. And so if you haven't.
Yeah, raise your hand if you've not seen the show. All right.
This gentleman,
Yeah.
the face this gentleman made as to why he didn't just laugh. Like, oh, that's why it wasn't funny. It's really, God bless you.
Good.
I'm Ralph,
I'm Sean.
and this is Stoner Morning Show.
Yeah, this is a show where it's like a talk show. We have guests.
We have fun.
Yeah,
We have memories.
conversation. Who is ready to be talked with during the show? Good. All right, good.
Nice.
What's going on this side of the room? No talking?
No.
Okay, just watching.
Through binoculars.
Yeah.
The way this gentleman is, it was no smile, just like, please talk to
There's a
me.
smile, yeah. There's a smile.
It was
this
very-
guy, if I remember from the previous show, which we did watch, this guy's on a second date right now.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I'll admit, it wasn't joyless, it was just like a very, I'm here for a connection. And then he raised his hand like in a self-care way.
Good. All right, well, let's get started then. Is that yours?
No, there's a little bit more zippy.
Hey, get that zippy out of here. There's a lot of Long Island energy in the room tonight. Raise your hand if you're from Long Island.
Nice.
Look around, connect with it, see where your neighbors are. Yeah.
No.
Where's Manfreda? Oh yeah, you were blocked by the leg. But yeah, all right, he's got his hand. Good.
What kind of vibe is Long Island?
Raise your hand. Yeah, what kind of vibe is Long
What kind
Island?
of vibe is it out there?
Yeah.
Just silence.
Oh, all
Oh
right.
my God. Is it a bleep?
Hey, give it up for a person showing up late. Possibly looking for a mic on the 3rd floor. Are you here for the open mic or are you here for this show?
Stoner Morning Show.
What's that? Oh, okay. Talk to Anya right there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. I'm glad we got that taken care
I'm
of.
gonna find out if that guy's from Long Island.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we won't. In like 4 minutes, we'll ask again. Raise your hand if you're from Long Island.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll change.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We do have guests coming up. The first thing I wanted to talk about, unless you have a first thing.
No, and I like how you're getting right into it. This is serious business.
I want to talk about nature documentaries.
Okay.
Because I was at home the other night, and I ate half of a wheat brownie that somebody gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And I hopped on this nature documentary called Planet Earth on Netflix. Anyone ever heard of it? It's really good.
Is it not the most famous one?
I think it might be.
What's more famous? When I was a kid in the 90s, I was here in Brooklyn on TV, on regular TV, they had a show called Wild America. Anybody ever remember this show?
Yeah.
Sir, your face is so expressive. Yeah, it's beautiful. I feel like I'm watching another show from the stage. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a show that was on PBS, Wild America, and it was like just an ongoing show that's a nature documentary.
Yeah.
Anyway, Planet Earth.
Well, the thing that I feel like I dissected and figured out nature documentaries, because what it is they show a part of the world for a little while, and then they go to another part of the world that's like the exact opposite of where you just were.
Wow.
Like you go from jungle to desert to the water to the tundra to like a backyard anthill. Like it's just like, I don't know. Anyway,
I'm salivating.
Yeah.
Just from your description, I'm ready to watch.
and it's also like there's a great sequence about birds dancing, you know, and it's like whenever they show an animal, it's just like, all right, are they going to be eating another animal? Is this going to be about sex? Is it going to be about animal babies? Like you don't know.
I like the surprise every time. I like the real life nature of it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see at what point I'm gonna impose my human emotions onto the animal.
Right.
I love it. Something that's so soothing about a nature documentary.
But I came up, this is what I thought while I was watching this nature documentary. I was thinking about like what animal I would want to be.
I already have an answer.
Okay, well, I have an answer too.
Okay.
But here was my thought process of it, and this is already taking too long. We're gonna get to some
No,
guests.
this is great. Think of your
Think
animal.
of an animal that
Because
you
I
want
want to hear it.
But this was my thought process, because there was like, there were like animals eating other animals, which I mean I know that happens, and I eat other animals, and then I'm like, do I want to be an animal that eats another animal? I don't know. But I want to be at the top. I don't want anything to eat me.
Oh, that is a danger if you're not at the top.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
So I narrowed it down to 2 animals. I would want to be a whale. Nothing eats those.
Wow.
Or a bee.
Oh, wow.
Does anything eat a bee? Does anyone know that? What?
Other bees.
Other bees eat other bees?
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, why?
After sex? What are you motion in here?
That's a whole thing. It's like a hierarchy thing. That's why there's a queen. And then I took a B and beekeeping class in college, but I didn't show up a lot. But that's
But
First of all, that's irresponsible. Also,
yeah. But all right, but you're not a bee flying around and then you just get eaten by something else randomly. Question from a future guest on this episode. Yes, Johnny.
The one time at my grandmother's, in my neighbor's yard, I saw a flying ant versus bee war. Easily the greatest thing I've ever seen in person.
Okay.
Like the flying ants took the queen bee. I was like tiny, so I was right in there.
All right. Fine. All right. I'm doing whale then. I don't know. The life of a bee sounds scary.
but this is the thing. Okay, I understand. I thought.
Yeah.
I looked it up. Also, I'd like to be the fact checker.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem to like attacking and killing bees is when these 3 animals destroy their home, which is the hive. Bears, skunks, and hive beetles.
Oh.
They rip through the house and they eat the bees.
Those are all scary predators. No, I take that back. I don't want to be a bee. All right. What would you? I'm going whale. What would you be?
I would be, and I don't care if I get eaten, because this seems like the best life for me. First of all, okay, I have an animal that I think I am. And then there's the animal that my girlfriend says I am. And
Who
those are-
is the fact checker?
Yes, she's the official fact checker for the one show.
Yeah.
Okay, for a long time I thought that I was a wolf.
I see it.
A sexy, mystical wolf.
I see it.
I was convinced of this. But apparently I'm not. Apparently what I am is...
A honey badger.
I see that too.
Persistent.
Honey wolf.
They're vicious.
honey wolf. That's just what I'm choose an animal that I want to be, regardless of where it is in the food chain,
Right.
I think the most peaceful, tender animal, good old sloth. Come on, man.
All right.
Come on.
Here's
Doesn't that feel
something-
good? Doesn't that feel good?
Here's something that I learned recently from our friend Jason Cunis, who you know. Maybe you were, all right, we do a live streaming show on Saturday mornings and we've
Yeah,
talked
another
about
part of Saturday morning show. Every Saturday morning.
Yeah, before. Sloths usually are killed when they climb off of a tree to take a dump. Like they are like, because they're very slow, and then that's when they're most vulnerable. But also sometimes they like die while defecating because of it. It's just a troubling thing for them. Like it takes like an hour or something. I don't know, like
Fact check.
yeah. But surprise us with the facts like later on. I think
Yeah.
we have too much to talk about. We have to move on, yeah.
Last thing I would say is, sloths only know, sloths spend most of the day chewing and digesting, okay? Sloths don't even know how they die. Sloths are just like, I'm alive. That's all they know.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when I go to take a dump, when I'm going through the process of relieving myself, of evacuating, and then if it's then that I meet my demise, what better way to go?
That's true. All right.
What better way to go? I'm now relieving myself of this tension. I'm in heaven. You know what I mean? Just that quickly.
It's a very honey badger perspective. On the life of a sloth. But that's fine. Okay. We have some guests, but I don't know, what else? Do you have anything that you wanted to discuss? Oh, and by the way, all right, we did ask you to pick your animal, and we didn't get to it. So at the end of the show, we'll go around the room, and everyone will just say the animal that they would be.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of the show.
Hold on to it. Don't lose it because you're moving away from. Hold on. Pick a room in your brain and put it in there.
What's going on with you? Do you have things?
Oh, this is. I want to get into this, but I feel like it's going to take long, and I want to bring our.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I'm going to get into it. Anya and I lived for 6 months at the end of last year, top of this year, in a van, in a Volkswagen van.
Yeah, give it up for love.
We were traveling, just huddled in our van. That's where we got our little dog there, Masha, you see in the snack.
It's a Florida dog.
It's a microbus.
It's a microbus. And we sold it today.
Nice.
It's very sad.
Yeah. Did you get what you wanted? Kind of.
Yeah, it could have been worse,
Okay.
but yeah. I couldn't be happier.
This van, like, it feels like a part of my family because I was in it once, but I've heard so much stories about, like,
Guys,
I got calls from Ralph and he was like, oh, we're on the side of the road again, but we broke down near a microbus.
near a microbus mechanic,
Yeah.
right near one.
Right.
We broke down many times. It was unreliable. It was a death trap. It was the greatest experience of my life.
Wolf.
I always wanted to have one of those buses, and I got to have one for 6 months.
Yeah.
And then today we said goodbye. We sold it to an Orthodox Jewish man in a Scott man,
Yeah.
who honestly looks like the guy from Into the Wild. So he better be careful. Yeah. So now that's all.
Okay. Well, before we go to our first guest, does anyone have any questions about anything we've talked about or anything at all whatsoever? Let's just do a quick Q&A thing.
We got one in the back.
Johnny,
Why
yeah.
don't the sloth just perch himself on a branch and just let it flop down, you know? Backtrack.
Can we get to that after the guest?
I already have the answer.
What?
And that question was coming from one of our. Oh, somebody had an answer?
What is the answer? All right.
Okay, over 50% of sloths die while defecating, primarily because they have to get down to the ground
the other thing that I want to say. This is the real answer. How dare you attribute guile to the sloth?
Yeah.
Sloth is pure. He says, I gotta poop, I go down to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm
Sloth's not trying to,
down here like a fireman.
Sloth's not trying to
Or a
cheat
fire
death.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sloth's not out here trying to cheat death.
That's right.
Sloth gives everybody a fair deal.
Yeah. Do you need to get your bag? You can get it. Why? Don't be sorry. It's yours. No, you can give it up for somebody who had a long Columbus Day. It's been a long holiday. Get your bag. Nobody wants to be in a comedy show when they're sleepy and their bag is in another side of the room.
You get it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring up our musical guest. Right?
Fantastic.
We have a guest who goes Sarah No H. Is that right? Where is Sarah?
That's right.
So no H. The H is for hate, so no hate.
That's right. How do you need to be set up? Do you the
The mic stand and the mic.
the guitar can get plugged in, right?
We can get it working.
Oh, okay.
Did you bring another table?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk to this other. It's all right. We're gonna do all sorts of setups. We're gonna do this old school like they did it in the old school places. All right, give it up everybody for Sarah Noe.
Walk along the road, another day. this fucking plateau. It's not all that it's white. Not all that it's white. I got no one to provide. But give me a ride off this fucking plateau. Off this plateau. Gee, I wish I could go. Where to, I don't know. Oh, we all get a little bogged down. Wearing a helmet, calling it a crime. We need protection, guys. The world is a strange, strange place. Don't know geography in your face. Yes, and to live with grace. Oh, 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 oh.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to getting stoned with you now. On to getting stoned. Thank you.
Oh yeah, wait, Sarah, no age. Come and chat with us for a little bit.
Oh, we're chatting.
Yeah, sure. You could put your guitar down or hold your guitar, whatever you want to do.
I feel more confident when I hold it.
You
Yeah,
have to sit in the middle chair. Because we only have 2 microphones tonight.
yeah, we're gonna have to do a joint sharing. Oh, joint sharing, there we go.
Oh, yes. I do have, I think, I have 1 joint or 2 joints on me. I forget how many, but we can smoke it after the show.
I've got some candy.
Oh, okay. So
Those
then
nerd candies, those nerd candies are real good.
Yeah.
Are these just like square candies or are these special nerds?
These are for the Stoner Morning Show.
Oh.
Whoa!
Yeah. All right. Good.
I don't know why it seemed most appropriate that this lady coughed but was also nodding yes.
Yeah. Very appropriate. I'm
I
ready.
love it.
All right. Here's the first question. This is for anybody. Anybody. Okay. Do you think you could kick someone in the balls so hard that they die? And this person is like a supervillain. And you can train for kicking.
Wow.
So this is somebody who you want to kill.
Yeah. The one person in the world or a few that
Do you think you could?
let's get rid of this.
Do you think I personally can kill someone that way, or is it possible to die that way?
Geez, that's a good question. I don't know. How should we play it? What do you think?
Is it? I want to go with do you think
Do
you
you
can
think
do
you
it?
could do it?
If it was a man who I really wanted to die, yes.
And you could train, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the answer is
Nice, clap for that. Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
The right man. For the right man.
Yeah. We're talking Thanos level evil. You know?
Can I follow that question up?
Yeah.
Do you think you could kick a man in the balls so hard
Yeah.
that they become a puff of smoke?
Yeah, no, I think that's a perfect bookend to my question because I feel like the answer to my question is yes. And I feel like the answer to your question
I
is
can
no.
kill a man, but I can't turn him into smoke. Not allow which.
You don't believe in yourself.
Okay.
Beautiful. Did you have an answer for the animal question? What animal would you be if you were?
I would like to be any kind of a corvid. So that's a crow, raven, even a blue jay. They're all the same bird family. They're very smart birds. They can make tools. They have a sense of art. They're survivors like us. They're like, I'd want to be a raven, crow, or blue jay, corvid.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
That's a great answer. I have nothing in common with any of those birds.
Do those birds
That's a great
have any natural predators? Hawks or eagles?
Lots of, yeah, well, they have predators, but they're kind of like people, you know? Like, you can see pictures of crows chilling with like the big predators, and they also chill with the nice lambs and the herbivores.
Sounds like a cool bird.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen those, and then the crow usually has sunglasses and a cigarette, and it says, "That's gangsta."
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those birds chilling there.
Right.
Are crows and ravens, what's the difference between crows and ravens?
It's the beaks.
Ravens are much bigger.
How much bigger?
These are, I'm not a scientist, I'm a space cadet. I don't know these facts. I know the generals. Generally, a raven is bigger.
Fact check.
Yeah, raven is
Ravens are bigger?
Cool.
I think, it's very interesting. I do know that that's true because I've seen, there's an actress named Crow Simone, and she's much smaller than Raven Simone.
This is a raven. This is a raven, and this is a crow.
Oh, okay. Wow, ravens are huge.
Holy shit!
Where do
This
ravens
is the
live?
biggest raven.
Half right.
Baltimore.
I went to the first Ravens game ever.
All right. Third guest. Wait your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that Raven.
All right. Well, what kind of music-related questions do you like answering?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun doing an event that is more than music. I like talking about random shit. That's fine.
What's a TV show that you have binged all the way through more than once?
Ooh, yeah.
Mad Men.
Raise your hand if you've also watched Mad Men more than once. I have not.
Oh. It's impossible? Too long? Too
I
much?
watched the finale.
I love it.
It's like the characters are like people that you might know in real life. That's the funny thing. You get to watch them age over 10 years. And the ones that you started off liking, in the end you hate them. And the ones you started off hating, in the end you like. They're like, because they're mixed bags. They're mixed people. And I do love the passion. Yeah.
Watching the last season, I was expecting the last episode to just like fast forward to the 80s. Just like randomly.
And Don is like, he's got like a beer belly.
Probably, yeah.
And he's wearing some awful 80s outfit.
I don't watch that show because John Hamm is too much. He's too perfect and beautiful and manly.
Yeah.
And I just feel I narrow as I watch him. I get smaller.
Yeah. I feel that.
I won't watch it.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to be in the same room with him.
No. I feel like if John Hamm was in this room, he'd take up most of this space and we'd all be by the air conditioner. Just for his sheer potency.
Right. Yeah. He just wakes up and he smells like Groot.
Yes.
It's a compliment.
Yeah, pure. But are you mostly a John Hamm person, or is it the entire ensemble, or is there a particular?
It's the whole show. It's the writing. The writing. Yes, both these microphones. This is important news. Batman has very good writing. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
That's
You know,
something that's
percussion.
not new news because this show is like 15 years old now. But how old are we?
Give or take.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
Yes or no only. Do you think Mad Men is really the story of Peggy Olson?
No.
I mean it. It's a story of all of them.
It's a story of all the characters.
You just shattered a dream for me.
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to tell me about that story?
Does anybody have a counter argument? Yeah. Does anybody disagree?
I'm the fact checker, I said.
I think it's Peggy.
Who knows?
I like a whole lot of songs.
What's going on? What's going to be? What's in your future with music? I don't know. Anything?
That's a great question. I would like to keep making music my whole life until I die. And maybe I'll make enough. I am making money off of music for the first time. I'm making children's music.
Yes, let's talk for that.
This is the first time in my life. I'm not trying to choose. It's because the guitar is this way that I prefer turn his mic. I'm sorry that I'm like,
I'm playing backup. This is Gladys Knight on the pits.
I'm working as a children's musician. And it's the first time that I've 100% made my money on music. So I want to keep doing that. Like I just want to keep getting better at my craft. Even if it's not like a top 40s artist, I would like to just continue to record. And I like working with kids. I need to work on that, get my skills up. That's a fun way to work with music. Woo.
I got two questions, if that's okay.
Yeah.
The first isn't really a question. I just like to imagine when anybody says that they're working on their craft, that one day I'll walk into the studio and they're just building a small boat. Yeah. The other thing is, what does that mean to up your skills or build up your skills in terms of working on children's music? What does that mean?
It means I need to learn a lot more songs. I want to get better at guitar. I'm like being percussive with the guitar for the first time. Before I was working with kids, I was just doing my own music. And when you're doing only your own songs, you can be very self-indulgent, but when you actually have to learn to like perform for somebody else, like I'm learning new strumming patterns and I'm like learning covers a lot faster. So it is helping my musicality a lot. Like I just learn more and more songs from these kids.
These kids sound demanding.
They're honestly more
Teaching kids are hard, yeah. I've taught kids, it's hard.
they're more demanding. They're a lot like you guys. They'll ask you a lot of questions that like, where did you come up with that question? I don't know. Like they try and throw you off your balance. And if they're too little to ask a question, they'll just, try to like get the guitar or like run away.
I wanna say I like that description. I'm a little insulted at being compared to a child. But anyway, next question. How do you tie your shoes?
They're funny. All right, well, Sarah, no H here. Your Instagram handle is SARANOH. Sarah, no H. So look her up on Instagram, right? And
Is there a question on there?
question or
All
comment?
right.
For the Manny.
Oh, okay.
How many years have you played?
I started in 2015, the fall of 2015. I started.
6 years on you?
I was looking up her Instagram, say it again.
Oh. She started playing in 2015, that's 6 years, right?
Depending on where in 2015.
Yeah.
Yes. I started guitar, I bought my first guitar and I started teaching myself. I think it was in October, November.
Nice, cool, all right. Nailed it.
The fall of 2015, I started guitar. I was writing before that.
Okay.
Love to write before that.
Poems, some things, or prose?
Yeah, I used to write short stories, poems, and then the only thing that was coming into my brain was songs. And you're a musician as well, and you know that when a song comes to you, it's almost like you didn't even ask for it. It's just like it goes in your head, and then you have to get it out and share it with people. You feel that way with your songs?
Wow.
Not at all.
That sounds like much more inspired.
Yeah.
No, not one bit.
Let's not peel back the curtain Adam Brown's process. He doesn't want to talk about it.
Usually, the way I find a song is, when you're a kid and you open a box of cereal and there's a toy inside? It's nothing like that. I don't know how to describe it. What you said is beautiful. I don't know anything like that.
All right, we'll give it up for Sarah.
Sarah, wait! Such a lovely song, such a beautiful voice.
And we have more things to talk about. We have more guests.
Yep.
What should we go to right now?
I wanted to do this. I want to go back to the van story because my heart will ache for weeks and years. I want everyone to think of an object or not a person, something that is not a person that you have to say goodbye to that was very painful in your life. I want you to think of that thing.
Wow.
And then we'll get back to it. Just for right now, just think of, if you have one of those things, what was it?
Okay. We'll get back to it. All right, good. Well, let's bring Will Prefer up on stage. Your warm-up comedian.
Yeah, bring Will Prefer back up.
Will, what do you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Whatever you can.
Do you like baseball? All right. Somebody else throw out a topic. Not baseball.
Layers.
Layers. Wow, this will be fun. Let's talk about it. How many layers are you wearing?
Just this shirt and this jacket.
Is there an undershirt underneath there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got just this shirt and this shirt.
Oh, okay.
Got overalls and then a shirt underneath,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
Okay, 2-layer wrap we got.
2 layers.
I feel like every time I went camping as a kid, somebody told me to wear layers. Like, remember to wear layers because it's gonna be cold. Like, that was constant camping advice. Yes. Front row crew.
Sir, remember what I used to call you?
What?
2 T's. You
Oh,
always wear 2 T's.
I used to wear 2 t-shirts. That used to be my thing. And Aiden would like to poke fun at me for wearing 2
I didn't
t-shirts.
get it. Yeah.
I used to wear an undershirt and then a t-shirt over it. I don't know why I did it. It just made me feel comfortable. I don't know why.
Clear the air.
Yeah.
Do you have a piece of clothing or something you like to wear that helps you feel comfortable, especially if you're going into a situation where you're going to be nervous?
Hold on. Wait a minute. There's a lot of talking in the audience going on. We must have missed something. What
happened?
What should we talk? Is there a topic we missed? Yeah.
There's some action going on.
What's that? Jorts.
And that makes me feel comfortable.
Oh, this guy wears jorts to feel comfortable.
All right. Anything over here we need to discuss or address or talk about? Have we missed anything?
No, we're talking about the statement where
I can wear a white t-shirt under my t-shirt too.
Yeah. All right.
Another two
That's
t-shirt.
all right, good, all right, yeah. Hey, thanks for being here tonight.
You have an arm
Thank
wrestle.
you. I feel vindicated.
I have a question.
Okay.
Is it to avoid like pit stains?
No.
No, okay.
Is it to avoid something mental?
I don't know. I think I was slightly overweight, and it made me feel less. I don't know.
what did you look at?
Touchy. What's that? What's that?
She said, why did you look at it?
Because he's so fit and handsome. I would look at him too.
Yeah.
I mean,
If enough people asked me to take off my shirt right now, I would. Don't get me started.
this sounds not
Now I feel-
Yeah, let's do it.
Do it. Everyone take a picture.
Holy shit.
Everyone take a picture for Instagram.
Oh, let's do it. Woo! This guy's fit.
Do it.
Look at that. Wow.
Tag me. But now I'm sitting at
Looks great. Not until the end of this segment. And also, you don't get a mic because you don't have a shirt on.
It's cold.
Well, shortly after this segment, Sean will put his shirt back on for his own comfort. This is what I was going to say. We're all getting fooled by this 2-shirt business, and it was just a ruse because back in those days, every pair of trousers that Sean wore had 3 legs. I hadn't considered that.
Hey, where did the jokes come from, Will? Where did the jokes come from? I just like to get into like 3-4 layers and let my mind fly when I don't know where they come from. I think I journal a lot. I journal every day. I do
Really?
3 pages.
For how long have you journaled in your life?
Hey, welcome back, fact checkers. What did you miss? She left when I had my shirt. I just dared to take my shirt off only because I said that I would if I
Fact check that. Fact check that.
Shirts off.
Okay.
Shirt's off.
All right. Journaling. I would like to hear about it.
Yeah, I journal every morning.
When did that start? Why? How? What do you think? Besides your comedy, what gives you?
Yeah, well, I watch a lot of motivational YouTube videos and stuff.
That's nice.
And I read a lot of self-help stuff. That's like, when you read all of them, they always have like the same 6 or 7 things they say to do every day, and that's one of them. One of them is to always journal. So I've been doing that. That's like the easiest thing to keep a habit for me, so I start every day doing that.
I just want to commend you. I feel like so much of what I think the world is people getting instructions and then immediately disregarding them. So I want to commend you just for, you read that, you know, like, well, they all say to do this, I'm going to do it. I just like that.
Let's give it up for Will. I just want to put my shirt back on.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, give us your, I don't know, Instagram stuff. I'm at Will Befora. On all platforms.
Wait, how many P's?
How many what now?
How many P's?
How many peeps?
How do you spell your name?
Oh, P-U-R-A. I do dances on TikTok. I don't do dances yet. I will. Yeah.
Give it up for Will Burr, everybody. You're a comedian.
Yeah. Okay. We have one more guest. But is there anything, I don't know, anything you wanted to toss out there?
Oh, okay, so now, raise your hand if you got the thing that you had to say goodbye to at one time in your life.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
very
what
sad.
was it?
Anybody got
Don't
one?
call on Johnny, he's gonna...
This is the only guy who did it.
Yeah.
God bless you. Okay, now, I want you to tell us what that thing was and tell us how it came into your life. Don't tell us why you had to say goodbye to it.
Ooh.
Tell us what it was and tell us how it came into your life.
It was a grocery store, and
Grocery store.
it was always there. Because my dad ran it.
Well, okay. His dad ran a grocery store. It was in your life all your life. What was the name of the store?
It was Denata Grocery.
Okay.
Was it in New York?
Yeah, it was Woodstock.
Oh,
Woodside.
Yeah.
Were you always there as a kid, always visiting and hanging out there?
It sounds, I mean, who doesn't love a grocery store? A.
I love
and
it.
then B, it sounds like a great place to spend a childhood. Right?
Was it like a second, were you like as comfortable there as you were at your house, or did you always feel like, okay, this is my dad's job?
That whole block, dude, like the stores next to it, I don't even know.
Was this on Queens Boulevard?
No, it was 61st.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of The Wonder Years. This is so beautiful.
Yeah. Did you love cereal? Was that your favorite section of the grocery store when you were a kid?
It was a tiny grocery store.
No, yeah.
It had like sections like
Sure.
that. Like, it was like
But serious, would you get excited for products?
What would you steal?
Yeah.
What would you steal?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't start stealing until I was in high school.
Good man. Good man.
And like, I would steal cigarettes.
It sounds like that's a good story too.
Yeah.
All right, well, all right, you didn't like cereal, but what products in the store were you super psyched about?
Like, there's this thing called like Dinosaur. It's like a Bengali product, and like it's like foods and like it's like a bunch of fried stuff and spicy and like I was just
Oh yeah, I know that stuff. Yeah.
feel that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, like, we have some dope Dinosaur. I don't know. We can't find that anymore.
Can't find it. China Tour is it called?
Dinosaur, yeah.
China Tour?
All right, last question. What are you doing next Monday? And would you like to be a guest on the show to talk more about grocery store things, if you're interested?
I'm not doing. No, I'm free next Monday.
Okay.
Ah,
You wanna come back?
yes!
Zuri.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk after the show. Wouldn't it be fun to have a guest?
I would love it. My heart was breaking that I couldn't hear more of this story.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. Well, good. That was good. I don't know, I have some other things, but we also have a guest. Should we bring it? Anya, what time is it?
9:30.
Oh my God. All right, yeah, let's bring up Johnny, everybody.
Bring up Johnny.
He drove all the way from Scranton to be here.
Oh,
You know where at?
Hey,
Oh,
Family.
South Jersey.
Man, it's
That's
South
right to the
Jersey.
mayor of South Jersey.
You as a person, this is very true. I never know where you are usually because you've been a Manny for a while. You're always traveling.
Been a Manny, if anyone that's a male Manny. I'm one of 6. I'm the best. I know.
1 of 6 on Earth?
I would say around there. There shouldn't be more than 6. I would say for Manny. I'm a Manny, but I don't condone them. I think Manny's like.
My first job was at my mom's daycare at my house. I was forced into it. And then I would use the money to go to food.
Wow, you should hang out with what an interesting way.
We had a little bit, and then there was the Patricia. She was like my mom's second-hand lady, cleaning lady, as well as a daycare lady. She was bad, but she would put vodka and slushy. And we don't do it, guys. I can smell it. I drink. I'm 13, but I drink. I know that is Patricia. Yeah. So.
What's the bad part?
Oh, there was. She got better, honestly. When she got a little tipsy, she was on it, you know. And I got a little boost up too, so she was, you know. I actually, we had a band, we had a daycare band, we played a rock band. And if you get a little sloshy, you know, you're feeling it. And one kid, he could drink a lot, you know. He drank like beer once. Trent, and I knew that he was going to be a good guy.
You're constructing the plot of a television show?
It sounds like so much of your life is people doing things and you knowing that they're doing that.
At one point, I just tricked them into playing like Madden, but they weren't actually playing. I was just playing Madden the whole time. I was just like, yeah. I like bought extra controllers just so they could tell me. And I get paid, and then I just go cruise up at the track. That's been scraping. Yeah.
Oh, this is an American tall tale. Beautiful.
We had we came out homeless men. We had 2 gay bobs, one was a hairdresser, and there was a homeless man who, if you did push-ups for him, he'd get you like Marlboro Reds, he'd get you, Four Locos, and I stayed in great shape, we'd stay in great shape, he'd be like, one friend, Shane, he was like a D1 athlete, he got all the love, he got us, he got us everything. Locos, he gave out getting chips, he just had to flex, he just had to be like that.
This also sounds like a Bukowski wrote young adult novels. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You can't make it up. Scranton can't make it up.
Anyone been to Scranton, PA? Is it us? I don't know.
Yeah. Long Island, actually.
Yeah, that's
I'm actually from Long Island.
I remember that.
Scranton, Long Island?
I came to Long Island. I look like, imagine me Long Island. I don't know how Long Island.
I think this is an instance where you're imagining something that's far from you and you're writing it.
I honestly don't know. I should be. I'm running for mayor of Hamilton, South Jersey. I knew it. I was out at this bar, the West End Grill. Dog sitting. I was by myself. I'm not gonna lie. Went out there. I went over my lot of beer. Usually I'm 2 blue moons deep. I'm handling it. I went 4. I doubled it. I used to be a booze bag in Scranton. You drink 10 Steel Reserve.
Yeah, you're gonna be a mayor there. You can't be getting drunk and walking around downtown and be mayor, which you just decided on this past weekend.
Well, so I was stumbling back to my boss's place, and I had a Wawa hoagie. Well, I had 2. I ate 1, and then I had another one, enjoying it, and then I see this like little package, like amazing box, and I'm like, let's look at it. Let's see what's in this. And I peek up, and there's just this pristine canola. And I was like,
You just found it?
found it, and I was like, it was a little watered down from rain,
What?
but it's very maintained. The box like had a perfect, like it held during off.
The box was wet. The cannoli was dry.
Cannoli was pristine, and I said, I already got a hoagie, we got a cannoli, let's get a cannoli and a hoagie, call it. And I knew right there, the first bite, I'm like, I'm gonna be mad.
Wow.
This is it. This is my destiny. I sent you a video.
I saw it. Yeah.
Canola 2024, Hamilton, South Jersey.
I believe him, because that's the same origin story as David Dickens. So I know he's going to do it.
I'm good. You guys want to Canola Council?
I'll help somehow. Yeah, I'll help. Well, all right. Part of the other reason that Johnny is here, kind of. I mean, you're here just to visit, but we're hanging out this weekend because I just burped. Sorry about that. Anyway, Ralph and I and the other Star Morning Show guys, we're going to do a 24-hour telethon, live streaming telethon, 24 hours. It starts this Saturday or this Friday at midnight.
StormMorningShow.com is where you can find
Or you can
it.
watch it on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. Anyway, we're going to try to raise $10,000 because Johnny's mom has like some housing issues, and we're going to try to buy her a used RV.
So also, do I look like if, you know SNL, like Got Bears, those guys? Do I look like if they took like ayahuasca and started juicing? I feel like it's
You
like
look like their prequel. You look like their prequel.
God beats.
Beats.
But yeah, let's get serious. This is me, by the way. John and Manny, all these, and yeah, we're gonna raise it. We're gonna do it. But I think we're gonna do it. I'll go fucking $72 for my mom, you know, and these guys are fucking amazing. Give it up for the fucking family. You guys. Like, it's so special to be here and to come here and like what you guys have already done. And I've been graciously been a part of. It's just been amazing. And you know, like there's been people that have been like, oh, why don't you mom just get a job? She has a job at Johnny Food Market, grocery store. Check out. She's doing really well. She's had a lot like happen in her life. And I've been there to like help support her. And she told me like she doesn't know what to do. Like, she said that. She was like, I offered suggestions, and now it's just like. I know what she needs. I'm gonna make sure it happens, and I can see like a brighter future for her, and you guys are gonna help bring that in. And the sky's the limit. And if we get an RV that she can live in, which like our childhood home is foreclosing. It's been freaking a sinking ship for like 7 years, whatever. But more importantly, like my mom needs like she needs a little structure. She's like a hippie, nomadish person. She's lived in her car. So I just want to offer her, like, until I can offer her a house, until I can get her an earthship, which look up earthships, that's another part of my paradigm of what I want to bring to the world. They're self-sustaining homes. I help do, like, a few things with them down in Puerto Rico and Mexico. They're unbelievable. They collect rainwater. They use solar energy with wind energy. They use earth-frame tires. Bottles, build these amazing structures. They're unbelievable. And eventually I'll get her like 20, you know, but right now an RV would give her enough to just let her, you know, be okay.
Yeah. Gotta take care of mama. Is it occupancy? It's beautiful. I feel like I just been into an authentic ravioli. What you mean?
Yeah. Like my mom had to make me Johnny with the 90s and making me harder. And it's like, Johnny, it's occupancy there. Johnny with the, okay, Johnny with the Y. No, it's 90s. I'm 92, so. Right,
We gotta do it. We gotta raise the money for Mama Acapulco.
Yeah. So yeah, we're doing that this weekend. If anybody wants to be a guest, I think Will's going to be on at some point. I think Anya might be on at some point. Yeah. We have room. Sarah and Oish might be on. We haven't talked about it yet. Maybe, but if anybody wants to. Aiden has been on past telethons. Anyway, all right. What else? What else do you want to know? Yeah. So should we do the animals? We can sort of join outside. What about animals do you want to be? We'll start over here. Do you have any
animal that you want to be in?
Give it anything else? Come on, T-shirts.
T-shirts.
A bear.
A bear. That's a good.
Yeah. What kind? What style?
Yeah.
Grizzly, brown, polar.
Brown bear.
Brown bear.
A man-eater or just like rabbits?
You know, whatever. Vegan.
Yeah. Any animal? Giraffe.
Wow.
I like those. Yeah. All right.
I can't pick. Maybe like a cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish.
Okay. We're gonna be back next week, so if that's not your final answer, you can give it to us then. Right? Next week.
Got a fish and a bird over there from Sarah. Who else?
Fox.
Ooh. Yeah. Who wants you to turn into an animal you're not already? Come on.
I've seen this guy do. You don't want to be the Sex Panther? I've seen this guy do amazing karaoke. He always puts in Sex Panther as his name. Isn't that what you used to put in there? Just Panther. Oh.
Just
I think I had a sense. Yeah. All right.
Sharp, all due respect, I think he added a 6.
Yeah, I think so. I've seen you with your shirt off on a stage. Singing a Bob Seger song, yeah. All right, anyway.
Did we get to your animal?
So what's yours? Yeah, what's yours?
It's funny, it's a lighter.
Lighter's good. All right.
Tardigrade, like stuff.
Oh, yeah. I know those.
I did not see that coming.
No, but that's a sweet pick. Nobody's.
They can live without food, water.
Yeah, they can live in space. No, that's a great. Yeah, you win.
Before we move on, I just want to say this guy right here, he's got a charm somewhere between my uncle and Peter Falk. I can't get enough of this guy. I can't get enough of him.
Peter Falk, yeah. Happy Columbo Day.
Columbo Day, that's it.
Right.
Peter Falk's forever. He had a false eye.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Animals. Monkey, all right.
What kind? Butterfly.
Butterfly.
Do you have a tattoo with that? Okay, just a question. All right.
There's a lot of monkeys. What monkey?
Chimpanzee.
I would love to live with a chimp. I know they're dangerous, but it would be so fun to have like a monkey roommate. It would. I know that would cause problems. So yeah.
Here's what I was saying. I know that this is probably not true, but I feel like this guy's committed to answering as if he's never thought about this before, and I feel like he's put a lot of loving thought into it. I'm very.
That's all I think about.
God bless you.
Oh, well, check out his shirt. It says,
Oh yeah. Do you want to take your shirts off?
I was gone.
If we really want to see a chest, let's see a.
I won't, but I want you to do it. Nice.
Wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
A little chunky right now, but
Nah.
that's how we like it.
you gotta accentuate it.
Smells already
All right, Will. Seagull. Interesting.
Fact check.
I know. I just
Get him in there.
don't know how to. That's great. I don't know where to go from it. I say good for you. That's a good pick.
Johnny, while you're doing squats, I want you to do a little free association about seagulls. Perch. Wow.
Bad grammar.
Okay. Seagull guru over here. All right, Rich, what do you got?
Kangaroo.
Oh,
Wow.
Back row, Sarah and friend. Guy, Sarah and Guy.
Platypus.
Platypus. Yeah. Sarah. Oh, yeah,
Sarah's Raven.
Anya, you give?
I'm human. I'm so lost.
You can sit with me. That's cool.
Yeah, I think the closest thing I could be would be like my dog. Like a dog, I guess. I could be a dog.
Yeah.
When we first started dating, this girl was all about elephants. What happened to elephants?
I don't recall.
Oh, shit.
All right.
I spent $78 on elephants.
Yeah.
All right.
Like stuff animals and stuff? All right. Well, okay. This is Stoner Morning Show. I have a joint we can smoke. I might have two. I forget outside. Watch the live stream this weekend.
There's going to be more of this on the live
There's gonna be
stream.
more of this.
It gets late night.
Yeah. We get crazy when we get tired. But
Okay. I know these.
all right.
Yeah. Oh, get in there, get in. Oh, Billy Boys.
You gotta go down, get up. There we go.
All right.
We're gonna smoke a joint, then we'll go to all-night skate down the street if people want to hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
No, it's a bar.
Yeah.
All right.
StonerMorningShow.com.
Yeah, thanks.
See you next week here on Monday. We love you. Good night.
And the snack bar is still open if you want to leave with some dope snacks that you can buy.
And if you got some battery. Also, is that a tiny popcorn right there? Wait, is that supposed to be the logo?
They say that can be something it's like that in the something.